So have you been playing anything? What have you been up to?
Oh no, this is gonna be real short. No, I've just been playing more Rocket League. The girl is playing video games right now and is playing Extra Life. So if you are listening to this, you can still donate to Extra Life, your favorite person, and it's it's a community thing.
Yeah.
So you could donate to you can find me online and donate to her because I'm gonna be redoing that. So essentially, the idea of Extra Life is you play for 24 hours, not completely nonstop, but as much as you can, and then your donations will be given to a children's hospital of your choice.
Nice.
So she donated to the Iowa Children's Hospital. One of her very good friends had her 2 twins, and her son who had like holes in his heart.
Aww.
So they delivered him, and he's been recovering and been a lot better. But yeah, it's a great cause, and it's a whole community thing. So that's what I'm saying. Pick your favorite community member of the video game, like celebrity community member section, I guess. Like, on Twitch, and you can see everybody playing still, especially when you listen to this on Monday or Tuesday. I think it's going for like 72 hours or something like that. So
nice. Cool. So I saw a little bit of Rocket League this week.
And?
Yeah. Did you see that video posted on Reddit? The number 1 and number 2 players of Rocket League going head to head?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was awesome.
I don't necessarily watch a lot of like 1v1 game matches that I've seen, and nor do I really try and participate in those, but I think it went into overtime if I remember right.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And it was the two of them. A lot of the dynamics of that game is the game is like insanely fun because you are trying to hone your skills of just manipulating your vehicle, and like everybody's on the same playing field when you start the game, but just your other people's manipulation of the game can just be exponentially better than yours.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it like really fun, but a real big freaking pain in the ass sometimes when you like. I've gotten into a match before, and it actually, I should say, in Rocket League, it does a really good job of like matchmaking, which other games have been real shitty, but it does a really good job of finding people your level and your rank. But I have gotten into a match where it's like 3v3, but there's clearly one person that is exponentially better than everybody else and should not be in this match, and just rolls everybody with like 5 goals, and including like people on his own team. But yeah, so what did you think of the 1 versus 2?
It was really exciting. The thing that I liked about it was it had its moments where it was fast.
Yes.
But also you could see them kind of thinking against one another, to where like they just completely stop and watch where the ball goes, and can see if this guy's going to take the lead or if I am, and where the trajectory of the ball is going to be.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand all the concept of like turboing, because it looks like they can turbo, or they can like do like a crazy like flip spin turbo thing.
Yes, correct.
I didn't really understand that, but I was still able to get really into it, just because you can, after the second goal, like the guy goes up 2-0, and you can kind of feel the tension start to build when it's like, then the guy gets 1 goal, so now it's only a 1 goal deficit. But then player 1 scores again, so he's back up by 2, and then it's tied, and then he almost has a goal as time expires.
Yes.
Like you can see it, you can visualize what he's gonna do, and time expires,
and where the ball is going to go. Yeah, but time expires before that.
Mm-hmm.
No, Rocket League is also a great game in the explanation of like the tutorial, which I did. And guess what? It's just the tutorial. You have to complete these certain like objectives, unlike your racing game where you can just do whatever the hell you want, and it vaguely gives you a description while you're trying to like accomplish it.
That would be really cool if they actually had something that was like, hey, complete a drift train, so I knew what the hell I was doing. Yep. Or speed match this guy to get crew points.
No, and it won't let you advance until you actually do like these particular elements of like step. And one of them is literally taking your car and flying it like on the other side of the map and like touching a ball that's like hanging like right above the goal, bouncing it back off of the wall and getting you the concept of the wall, like, because that's a huge element. And like
it seemed like
you were talking about, even watching it, you can see, and it's actually more prevalent when I normally play 3v3 or 4v4. You really have to calculate stuff out of like, okay, the ball's gonna bounce, like that guy's gonna hit it, the ball's gonna bounce here, and then it's gonna like sit in the air for a second, so then maybe I can do like a flying spin forward and like tap it with the nose of my car, but then maybe not enough, and then like my teammate's gonna come in on the right and then kind of like tap it. And there's so much there's so much like element of like planning, like way more than you realize. And then after you probably, I would say maybe 5 hours of playing, then you realize, oh, I have to like actually calculate shit out like before, like with my little like sports car. There are boosts, like you were saying, there are boosts, and then it causes you to like turbo, and those aren't like you run them over and you instantly boost. It just accumulates in like a meter. And I mean, it is fairly simplistic to some degree. It's just race cars and a big ass soccer ball. That's the other great thing about it is the soccer ball is like, it's so realistic. Like it feels like you could feel it, like the weight of it, and it's not like what's the word? It's not like it's not like a balloon that you get at the store, like helium, where it's
it feels like it has some weight to it.
Yeah, and really, there's times where you kind of like tap it, and you're like, oh shit, that wasn't enough. Like I gotta like boost it, or I gotta like do a forward projection roll with your car. And Rocket League. That's the only thing I think they still kind of need to some degree is like daily challenges, but it does such a great job of wanting you to come back. And I mean, I really should say, you really want to come back because it is fun, and like the competitive nature of like, holy shit, we're down by 2, but we like came back to tie it up in the last like 30 seconds, which actually happened to me earlier. I scored a goal with 10 seconds left to tie it up, send it to overtime. That feels freaking fantastic, by the way. So, but it's super fun. But then if you lose, we lost another 5-match game. And reset. It generally will reshuffle the deck. There will be some people that drop in and drop out, and then you're playing with a whole new set of people. If you kind of jump into it with a random group. I should play with some of my friends. We should also say that it's on PS4 and PC, and I believe it is one of only the few games that I know that it is compatible cross-platform. Of PC players can play with PS4 players.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I believe I want to say they just like adjusted that. It wasn't at launch when they launched in like I think it was June or July. But yeah, I would recommend Rocket League. But that's really the only thing I have been playing. They are, and I should also say, they are going to send out a new free DLC, which I know is always exciting.
That is good. That is good.
I think the developer is like the Psychonauts, I think is the name of the developer, and they are super, like, my friend has like talked to them on Twitter. They're super interactive, and they put out a bunch of DLC. They're gonna like keep, they're not shutting down their servers anytime soon. They have lost a few people, but they've definitely gained a lot of people back with like a lot of the DLC, and it's like $2 too. It's not like it's super pricey or anything like that. So
cool.
Yeah, I'd recommend Rocket League, especially if you have a PS4. It handles so well on the controller.
Yeah,
too. Great.
Week 2 of us suggesting Rocket League, so go get it.